You're listening to PMN Tonga with John Pulu.
Io ho eki pia mo ha matapu le malo mo e tau mau e fiafini. Tari fiafia ki mo tolu he polo kalama PMN Tonga. Mo mea mai I he weekend ko tau wike fokeni o ku whakailonga I ai e Vagahau Niue, pe koe Faahi Tapu e Vagahau Niue. So with that, I'm going to start with Monuina e Faahi Tapu e Vagahau Niue. Tuku atu e tau whakawheleveia mo e tau whakalofa mai a mautolu he kautaha PMN Tonga kia mutolu osi I Aotearoa pe mo e lalolangi katoa. Ko e whanga mai rea koula koe ni fia au pito ke tau toe whailoaki fia to welcome her back. We have our next guest from PMN Niue. Joining us right now is Lynn Lolokini Ikimotu Pavihi. Whakalofa atu makapisinga malolo na kai a koe?
E whakalawhalahi atu sione pulu whakaue malolo. Happy Niue Language Week to all our listeners and our viewers on PMN Tonga and Radio 531 PI and Radio Niue FM this evening. Kaue.
Whakaue, malo apito e Lynn hosi I kaumai he polo kalama. I know you have a connection to Tonga, so I'm going to also add in some Tongan there as well. But let's talk about the importance of this Faahi Tapu e Vagahau Niue, the Niue Language Week. My understanding, there's over 30,000 Niueans who call Aotearoa home, and only 12% are fluent speakers of the Vagahau Niue. Talk to us about the importance of having these celebrations, and have you noticed a growth, or tell us what's it been like for the language survival?
Whakaue sione. So our Vagahau Niue has been identified by UNESCO the last couple of years as becoming an endangered language. So what we've tried to do as a Niue community, educators, Niue leaders, is to try and keep the language alive. And try and encourage our young youth, our young generation, preschools and schools to continue to use the language, continue to speak the Vagahau Niue, but also creating opportunities for our youth to experience or having that exposure to utilize language. It could be via forms of performing arts, singing, music, a whole variety of ways. But also one of the things that we're trying to encourage is creating resources. More and more of our human resources, our matua, they are moving on. When they move on, they take with them the wealth of knowledge that they have. They take with them the culture, the language. So what we're trying to do now is to capture those knowledge, is to make sure that we document them for the benefit of our young generation.
Whakaue, and these are great resources, and I do agree, you know, when our elders pass away, they go with the knowledge, so it's important to capture and, I guess, archive these taonga for us and the next generation going forward. Let's talk about the theme for this year. Please tell us about the theme and how that is helping to, I guess, engage and connect with fellow Niueans here in Aotearoa.
So the theme for this year is whakatūlewa e Vagahau Niue, me tauanga whakamotu mai tau atu hau. Basically, sustain Niue language and culture for future generations. It's the same theme that we had last year. We are trying to make sure that our Vagahau Niue is not on life support. We've had several people saying they're just waiting to turn the switch off. But I'm one of the strong advocates who are saying, no, we can still ignite, we can still revitalize, we can still breathe oxygen into our Vagahau Niue. Yes, it is becoming an endangered language, but when we have programs like PMN Niue, weekly on a Tuesday evening, right up through to Wednesday morning. Those are examples. When we have free language classes run and conducted by Centre for Pacific Languages,
Nice.
those are some initiatives that the Ministry of Pacific Peoples, the Niue people, Ministry of Education are trying to, invest energy, invest resources to help our language. So it is widely used. We want the statistics to change. We want the narrative to change. We are sick and tired of hearing people saying Niue language is dying. It's not. Ai masi Vagahau Niue, tō kai ngalo I Vagahau Niue. We will use it every day. And I encourage our parents, and I know Vagahau Niue is very similar to Lea Whakatonga.
Go here.
But when we have, schools creating opportunities, or when we have different programs, that is when we know that our Vagahau Niue is alive and thriving.
Morning, Peter. I remember one of my trips to Niue. I could tune into the radio station back home somehow, but there is a connection with Tongans. I know that we have a lot of them who, I think they run the bakery in town, I Whaamiriko, yeah? But also Dr. Edgar Akauola is based at the hospital there. I think he needs to remember he's Tongan. I think he's been in Niue too long, yeah? So big whakawelahi to you, Lynn. Any final message? Where can people find out all the events and details about the celebrations this week? Please let us know.
Okay, so we've got a Niue language Facebook page that you can jump on, but also on PMN Niue, Centre for Pacific Language Facebook page and social media. But this Saturday marks the 49th celebration for Niue Constitution celebrations. It will be held at Ngā Tapu Community Centre starting at 10 a.m. to around 3 p.m. There will be food stalls, there will be activities, performances. It is free to come and join. But we've also got other schools. I know Favona School, I know Rowandale, Mangiru Bridge School. Different schools are running their own little programs. I know there's some singing competitions, performance competitions, a lot of celebration events happening this week. But I also want to acknowledge and say, whakawelahi mahaki, malo Albito, Sione and your PMN Tonga team for always embracing our Vagahau Niue and also sharing the love and whakalofa ke mokoina ke Vagahau Niue. Ke adotolo te tangata whanongo whakawelahi mahaki o I tulutulo, ke amtolo makai mo e matalahi ke whakaonganga I Vagahau Niue. Tō kai ngalo I Vagahau Niue, kitu ea, whakawelahi.
O tulo, whakawelahi mahaki malo au pito Lynn ho kau mahe polokalama o e whiawhini and